Demon Slayer is absolutely peak right now. The fact that we have so many amazing perspectives to follow. It could be focused on Mutro and him cutting apart this art sculpture, which is disturbing as can be. We can watch Genya double barrel his way to freedom, or we can watch exploding blood swords, which cleanly cut off 3 demons' head like it was nothing. There is so much to love about this episode, but damn, there's already been mystery about what the hell Genya is. And honestly, is he a demon? I don't know. I mean, he was healing himself like one. Everyone pretty much called that out. Like, bruh, how the hell are, you got some secret arts that breathing lets you heal like a demon? And the face at the end, I mean, on one hand, it looks demonic, but on the other hand, it just kind of looks pissed off. Like, it doesn't really look like the demon design that I'm kind of used to. So I don't know. Like, is this supposed to be a red herring, or are they supposed to say that our little boy is, actually a demon this whole time? Like, I really don't know what the secret is or the punchline, but the fact that basically Tanjiro came out of that whole fight saying, hey, you know what? That was actually pretty good. If I can just do it to all 4, we'll be game. Where's the 4th? Oh, you already took care of it? Are we gonna fight Genya? I don't know, but that's kind of the insanity of this season so far, is you just don't know where it's going. Now, I do have a full live reaction to this wonderful episode available on my Patreon, so if you do want to see my full uncut thoughts, you can head on over there and consider supporting. So we have basically 4 perspectives going on right now. We had Genya, we had Tanjiro plus Nezuko, so I'm gonna kind of combine them because they were together. We have Mutro, and we also have Mitsuri. And we finally get to see some insanity from our girl. Now, not quite as much, but the fact that she has this elegance kind of animation to her. I love the fact that her sword is basically like a whip, and after the credits they do this gag where 3 or 4 times she shows how she sheaths it. Kind of just looks like she folds it into the sheath, but either way, she basically comes into this village that's under attack by the giant fish, and there's, half a dozen there, give or take, a little more, a little less, and within less than 10 seconds, she just cuts apart all the pots and basically saves the day. And the fact that we go from these fish causing quite the ruckus to her just casually doing that, going up against the big boy, of course, being, this basically a giant version of what was already a giant fish, but had 3 or 4 pots on it. You have this old guy who's basically getting his ribs crushed, or at least I thought he was, and by the end of that, she quickly cuts that all apart, and they can go humorous with old Gramps here just wanting to have some beautiful women basically nurture him back to health. The fact that she came in and de-escalated a situation that was kind of worst case scenario because all the other Hashras were kind of doing things, they were all busy, so it's not like the village could really defend themselves. She comes in and casually cuts apart all the fish, and I'm like, well damn, these fish, we got nothing to worry about. And then of course, when we focus over to Mutro's side, we realize, oh no, there's other fish that we might have to worry about. When I saw my boy get skewered like that, I felt that. Here's the thing, I always like to think about the long-term implications of something like this, so yeah, in the moment, it hurts like hell to see a character skewered like that. But the fact that he doesn't have time to pull out all these needles, so the fact that every time he moves, he's basically getting stabbed. This art sculpture, upper rank 4 and 5, are offering 2 very unique perspectives. One splitting apart into multiple demons causing quite the ruckus, and another being a psychotic art sculpture. And I think the VA for this man was fantastic. The design's already creepy, mouths as eyes, it's not normal, it's just not right. But the fact that rather than going for a psychotic anime voice vibe where it just felt overly evil, instead they made it way more frightening because whenever this demon is talking about the art and the sculptures and not knowing fine art taste, it just felt like rather than trying to make yourself seem psycho, you fully believe the bullshit that you're trying to sell. And honestly, that can make for the most frightening voice acting performance, because when a character doesn't feel like they're putting on a performance to seem crazy, but just genuinely seem crazy because of the BS they're spreading, yeah, it's pretty damn effective. And when you see the pot rise up and there's 5 poor bastards just mutated into one sculpture, and the boy had the audacity to say, hey, watch the grand punchline, twist the sword and replays the death screams. To see the crying in the background, to see the pissed off rage of Mutro, Jesus, man, these demons are next level twisted. And I love the fact that rather than making all the upper ranks more or less the same, just with a different design, each have a very distinct personality. We're dealing with a psychotic art enthusiast and one personality that splits into multiple and all have their own individual quirks. It is an insanely just ridiculous battle. I'm not sure I mean, they're presenting it as such. I'm not sure if that fourth demon was killed simultaneously as the other three. And if so, I was not expecting it to go out as easy as it did, especially given because, upper ranks 4 and 5 are literally stronger than what we've dealt with in the prior seasons, of course. So I'm curious to see if, we do have to fight Genya, if at some point the demon is going to revive itself and, it's just going to cause even more of a mess. I really don't know. But I think, honestly, a lot of people, and rightfully so, have been wondering how the hell is he recovering? Because in the prior episodes, there was at least like 3 or 4 times where it felt like that's a death blow. Like that should have killed anyone, and yet he's brushing it off like he's a demon. And I mean, based on the end, it kind of looks like he is. But I think when it came to the production of this exploding blood sword of death, it was perfection. You wouldn't change a damn thing. And if you are, I mean, I seriously don't see it, because while maybe people don't like how the fish look at times, I mean, I'm of the belief that we're in a dark setting, it blends in just fine. I don't think it's atrocious CG. But hey, if people aren't the biggest fan, I can say, okay, I disagree, but I see where you're coming from. This animation, that powering up where Nezuko grabs the blade, you see the animation in her hands gripping the blade, the blood soaking, it erupts into this beautiful flame. I said it in my Hell's Paradise video yesterday, I'm a sucker for when anime flames don't just go the traditional, here's the red, orange, yellow tinge. No, like that purple, pinkish tinge just makes flames pop so much more. And when he went in, man, I love the fact that at certain points during that slice, it's so fast you can't keep up, and then you realize, oh shit, he severed the head, and then they'll do the close-up, and then they'll shatter. But to see that dragon flame, that sun breathing come out, like it was perfection. And I love how rather than Tanjiro freaking out that he didn't get them all, no, he's like, you know what, I think I cracked the code, I can do this again. You know what, let's find that other one and I'll do all 4 in one. The boy had confidence. He was like, you know what, I just did 3 in 1. What's one more? I could probably cut 4 heads off at once. And I'm like, my boy is getting pumped up and I'm here for it. But man, this was intense. And I love the fact that rather than just having one character deal with memories that they're not quite sure where they're coming from, we have 2 right now. So we have on Tanjiro's side, basically the inheritance of memories and him being like, bruh, who am I looking at? Where are these memories coming from? And I mean, during that entire slice, at least one of the demons was like, bro, isn't this the same attack that almost beheaded Muzan? Yeah, I think we all should be a little scared here and not confident. Then on Mutro's side, he's slowly but surely regaining his memories. Unfortunately for him, the memory he seemingly was regaining in this episode was an insult that someone was putting him down back in the day, so not the best memory to relive, especially when you're fighting for your life. But either way, this is pretty great. I mean, I honestly thought the title of the episode was based on Mutro getting his new sword, but the fact that it turned out to be this insanely popping off moment for Tanjiro, just considering where he was just a short while back in this series to where he is now. I mean, at one moment you think they're both down for dead, Nezuko's carrying him on back, and then she gets knocked out, so then the siblings switch roles, to then ending with seemingly all 4 of those heads being severed, but now do we have to put down an ally, or is this a red herring? I don't know, I really don't. That's kind of the fun right now. But let me know what you thought of this wild Demon Slayer episode down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, ring that bell of course so you can get notified when I upload on the channel. And like I mentioned, we do have a full live reaction available on my Patreon, and you can also get video shoutouts like a few are about to get here. So we have Ailun, Ben Liu, and Fluid Druid. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.